to vote on issues, organize events, and engage with each other and community around us. The Mind Saga members would have an opportunity to contribute to social media activities, blogs, taking small projects in their own town and cities. I will now like to conclude and summarize that the Mind Saga is creating a global community of young teens who drive change. I would like to now hand over to Hitar.
Thank you, Bhavya. Hello, everyone. My name is Hitar Tadeshi. I am one of the founding team members of Mind Saga. Today, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker. She aims to spread wide awareness about mental health importance and its effects on personal, professional, and emotional well-being. A 9 years in field psychologist, an independent practitioner in Andheri and Ghatkopar, of the channel Help Talks, an ICAS psychologist. She has been quoted regularly in Gujarati Midday, Asian Age, Hindustani Times as an expert on mental issues, being a supermom, the one and only brain hero, Miss Kinjal Pandya. Since this is our first webinar, we have decided to talk about one of the most common problems with teenagers, why teens think that their parents don't understand them, as almost all of us teenagers seem to think this. Feel free to ask questions in the chat box. And now over to Ms. Pandya.
మీ ద్వారా డైల్ చేయబడిన నంబర్ ప్రస్తుతం బిజీగా ఉంది. దయచేసి తర్వాత
Everyone kindly mute your mics.
Friends, I see a lot of people here. A very good evening. Thank you, Hitarth, for that lovely introduction. And yes, we are going to be speaking indeed about these problems that kids face when they cannot handle their parents telling them a lot of things on the regular basis. So I can go on and on this topic, but I think we should speak on pertaining to the questions that kids really have in mind. So I would really want our hosts to start shooting the questions.
Ma'am, nowadays, the most common question asked by teens are, my parents do not respect my decisions and never trust me. What is your opinion about it, and is there any solution?
Okay, so here, see, there are a couple of things you all should understand as teens, that your parents are just not born angels, right? वो लोग कहीं आसमान से टपक नहीं पड़े हैं. They have also gone through their parenting. So probably when they were your age, they were also not heard. They were also not listened to. So they feel कि हम हमारे एज में या हमारे एरा में हमें नहीं सुना जाता था. We were not taken seriously. So they definitely have that effect on them. We should not forget that, you know, most of the parenting comes from the way they have been raised as children. So if they were not given that kind of liberty, or if they were not given that kind of an individual status in the house when they were 16, 17, 18, whatever, they also are a little not sure whether, you know, you are capable enough in taking a decision or not. So it is not that they want to put you down. उनको आपको ये नहीं दिखाना है कि आप में अकल नहीं है, या you don't know how to take a decision, but they are, because their conditioning, वो जिस तरह से बड़े हुए हैं, उनकी conditioning, उनके mental set को इस तरह से बनाया गया है कि उनको ये लगता है कि बच्चे अभी बच्चे ही हैं, टीनेज में है तो क्या हुआ, इतने बड़े बड़े अपने करियर के गोल्स बना रहे हैं तो क्या हुआ, इन्हें आज भी डिसीजंस लेने में शायद इतनी अकल नहीं है. So it is coming from there. But yeah, as I said, you can always give them that confidence by making one or two decisions and then probably telling them that, look mom, this was my decision and you have to accept it कि मैं डिसीजन ले सकता हूँ. एक दो एपिसोड जैसे हो जाएंगे तो they will start gaining confidence in you. So it's matter of time, it's matter of proving yourself to them little slowly.
Thank you for such insight in our parents' lives. I had never thought of it this way, that they would have faced similar problems. our next question that we've got would be that our parents don't usually allow us to lock our rooms. What should we do then? Because we also want our privacy.
So jokes apart, don't tell this to your parents, but kahin jealousy bhi ho sakti hai. Okay, don't go and tell this to your parents, okay? But see, you know, when they were your age, even if they would have had big houses, जैसे काफी लोग होंगे जिनके काफी बड़े घर होंगे, लेकिन that time, even if then they were in big houses, they were in joint families. तो ऐसी privacy तब उन्हें नहीं मिली थी. So what was happening is, see, one thing you have to agree, children, that every positive comes with a negative. You know, you all have learned it, right? You know how this whole thing functions. So each positive has a negative attached to it. तो जब तब उनके पास जहाँ प्राइवेसी नहीं थी, तो उनके पेरेंट्स के पास इतना वक्त भी नहीं था कि आपको उनको स्पेशल अटेंशन दिया जाए. आज आपके पेरेंट्स अपना सारा इम्पोर्टेंट काम छोड़ के आपके पीछे अटेंशन देते हैं, तो आपको आपकी स्पेस भी दी गई है, जैसे आपको आपकी रूम दी गई है, तो एटलीस्ट आप जब रात को सोते हो या आप जो अपना सोशल मीडिया पे जो कोई देखना चाहते हो, तो हर 24 आवर्स दे आर नॉट सिटिंग ऑन योर हेड. एटलीस्ट आपको कोई कुछ प्राइवेसी मिल रही है. बट मे बी टू सम एक्सटेंट दे आर ऑल्सो वरिड, क्योंकि उन्होंने पहले से दे हैव गिवन यू स्पेशल अटेंशन. So they want to come and check on you, whether you're all right, what is happening, because you know, and you all accept one thing more than me, you all are experienced in this. Social media is a not very easy platform to handle. कुछ बच्चे अच्छी तरह से हैंडल कर लेते हैं, कुछ बच्चे अच्छी तरह से हैंडल नहीं कर पाते. Sometimes you are being bullied, sometimes you are being trolled on social media platform. So you know, if your moms want to see that, you know, something's upset you, something's not keeping you in the high spirits, they want to keep a check on you. So I think it's better you take it a little positively. But of course, as I said, you always can sit and talk to them that, Mama, what is it that you have to really know? Can I get my private time? You can negotiate it with your parents that, you know, this time I will really need to myself. Otherwise, I'll probably keep my room open. So, you know, you can just work it out by proper communication.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a great perspective from the point of view of our parents. On the same note, many people find their parents very annoying as they do not hear out their side of the story, and because they feel that their decisions are always right and that their children cannot make their decisions yet. So
Okay, I
what
think
is
this is
your opinion on
pertaining
it?
to the first question. I'm sorry if I've interrupted you, but let's accept it that parents, जब parents बनते हैं ना, तो एक तरह का ईगो बनने लगता है कि हम तो पेरेंट्स है, क्योंकि see they have been our culturally we have been trained to give complete respect to our parents. लेकिन हमारे कल्चर में, इंडियन कल्चर में अनफॉर्चुनेट बात ये है कि रिस्पेक्ट के नाम पे kids are not given the privilege or kids are not given the permission to even speak up what they think is right. क्योंकि अगर आपने बात कर ली, अगर आपने पूछ लिया, तो you are considered as a mannerless child, you are considered as a rude child. तो आप उनसे बात नहीं कर सकते, आपको जो कहते हैं मानना पड़ता है. Now this makes a child, you know, get into a lot of suppression within themselves, and that's not a very good emotion to live with. तो आजकल के पेरेंट्स जो है वो इतने स्ट्रिक्ट है नहीं, but they are, as I said, they are following their parenting straight. So what you have to do is you have to sit and again make them explain कि what is the big deal if you listen to me. अगर मैंने कुछ कह दिया, तो is it that big a problem? I mean, why is it that you really cannot hear what I say? Do you really think that I don't have brains? You really think I don't, because I don't agree with you? So you have to actually start putting up logical reasoning with your parents, but you know, in a comfortable conversational setting. ऐसे नहीं कि आपके मम्मा किचन में काम कर रहे हैं, पापा कोई काम कर रहे हैं और आप जाके you start blabbering and you start saying कि आप सुनते नहीं हो मेरी बात. That's not the way you talk. You actually tell them, Mama, Papa, I want to talk to you. Can I please sit and talk to you? And rather than that, आप हमेशा मुझे काट देते हो, आप मुझे बोलने नहीं देते. But I really have to talk to you. Can I talk? Or take their permission. Always take their permission because they're older to you. उनके दिमाग में 100 चीजें चलती रहती है, तो they will clear all that. They will make time for you. वो आपके लिए टाइम बना के सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के बैठेंगे, because when you tell them that you want to talk to them, they will understand कि कुछ तो important है, and they will put all their focus into you. Once they put their focus into you, you can start asking them and telling them that, Mom, I feel very bad when you don't let me talk or when you don't let me take my decisions. And now it's already finished. I think somebody's kept their mic open, so if you can please, everybody can mute themselves because we'll have. Yes, we can go to the next question, please.
Yes, sorry, those. So on a slightly lighter note, someone wrote in and said, well, I wish my parents understand me when I am playing games and they call me for a petty reason and they take a lot of time. They don't understand that I'm playing an online game. What should we do then? What?
I'm sure this must be my son because he had a question like that. Okay, so yes, no, the why I do it. So I'll not tell you about the other parents why they do it, but I definitely do it with my son who is almost your age. And why I do it is because I want to make him get up from that place where he's stuck for like 2 hours. You should know that it is not right and healthy for a person to sit at one place for more than couple of hours. It's not really healthy. So when you make the child get up, of course it breaks their link. It is very annoying. I completely agree, and I completely know that it is not something that you would want to tolerate. But it's like I don't really do it like I don't do it like adamantly, but I actually give him warning, why don't you come and just finish this work? But you know how addictive your games are. So even if you finish one game, you're not going to really stop at that, right? You're going to still continue. Can you hear me? Am I there?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for giving such a nice explanation. Ma'am, another one of the doubts of our audience is that we do not get enough freedom compared to our age. And if we want to go out with our friends, we need to plead our parents for like about 1 week before going, and still sometimes we do not get the allowance. So what should we do, ma'am?
So it's not always about freedom, guys. It's always it's more to do with probably the dangers associated with the freedom. Okay, so it's not that your parents are going to keep you completely in control. The motto might not be that, but maybe the way they are putting it forward to you, you might be feeling that okay, they want to keep you in control. So if you know the kind of episodes, the kind of accidents that take place when children go out frequently, with friends, not always, but sometimes, unfortunately, certain episodes do take place. So your parents might be feeling a little skeptical, thinking that what if they cannot handle the situation alone if they are sent. Second, and you have to agree to this thing also, that even now you all are actually in the transitional stage between a child and an adult. So you are actually in that transitional phase. You've not got complete adulthood. So it happens that when you see your friends, when you meet your friends, you actually get into the child mode, completely into the child mode. You completely want to freak out. You completely want to enjoy. Kabhi kabhi, you don't even forget. You forget where you kept your cell phone. You forget where you've kept your wallet. Sometimes even those things happen. So parents are not quite sure that if they send you out like that, if you'll be able to handle yourself. But if they say things like these, again you might have a question that okay, you don't trust me, huh? You think I'm still a baby, you think I'm still a child, and that is the reason you're putting all these restrictions on me. So as I said, you have to, if your parents sometimes say that you have to go, I'll come to drop you and I'll come to pick you up, and only then you have to go. Or if you have to seek permission, let them just do it. It's okay. Let them just do it. You should be concerned with whether you're allowed to go or not. And if you're allowed to go, and if they allow you, you have to also see to it that you really stick on to the promises that you have made. Because this is the way you can win their trust. If you want them to give you complete freedom in future, this is the time you actually have to win their trust. Means whatever you have made a promise, you have to fulfill that. So coming back on time, or maybe calling them after you've reached, etc., etc.
what you said makes absolute sense, and we need to develop trust enough so that they allow us to leave. Now, coming to the next question, or sort of a situation that we've got, is someone said that their parents constantly tell them to study, and they say that everyone else studies for 10 hours a day. Why don't you study? Even though we are studying and we are getting good marks, they think that we are not studying. What should we do then? How should we convince them that we are actually studying or not?
Okay, so this is a drawback. I mean, indeed, a drawback with parents, because let's understand this. They are again doing this because somewhere they want to also be the best parents, right? We all are facing competition in our respective fields. Like when you are facing competition with your friend, that if he has scored so much and I want to score so much, even parents are facing a competition amongst themselves as to who is the best parent, who is not the best parent. So when they do this, you have to actually tell them that mama, आप कहीं किसी से compete तो नहीं कर रहे हो कि आप इनसे अच्छे ममा हो कि अच्छे ममा नहीं हो. You have to tell them that. And if they say that अगर कर भी लिया तो क्या बुराई है, if it is helping you, then you tell them that listen, that person is totally different and I am totally different. What if I start comparing you with others mama, कि उसकी ममा तो इतना खाना बनाती है आप नहीं बनाते हो, उसकी ममा तो ऐसे करती है आप नहीं करते हो. So you have to first ये comparison वाली चीज you definitely have to put a stop. मतलब that should not happen because that is not a healthy thing for neither you, neither your parent. तो ये आप और trust me, ये चीज ना कोई और उनमें change नहीं करा सकता. Only you can do it because they love you so much. Only you can bring about this change in them. Even if I tell them as a psychologist, they might not listen to me. But if you tell them, they will definitely listen to you. रही बात पढ़ने की, so you tell them mama, मैं अपनी तरह से I'm putting my best effort, but see I have a problem, I cannot sit for more than these many hours, so let's work out, let's you help me out in some way. लेकिन ये जरूरी नहीं है कि 10 घंटे पढ़ने पे ही मुझे मार्क्स आएंगे. Maybe I can cope it up in 5 hours also. So you have to trust me. अगर मुझे इस एग्जाम में let me check, if I'm not able to, I will make the changes. You can have to, you'll have to probably again give them the testing time and you'll have to pass through the testing time yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. I will surely try and experiment this on my parents.
Please do it.
Yeah. There's another question from one of our audience. My parents want me to become independent, but when I wish to do something, they tell me I'm not grown enough to make decisions. So I'm confused whether I'm a grown up or not.
So this यहाँ पे पेरेंट्स के साथ बैठ के एक कंप्लीट चार्टिंग करना पड़ेगा कि आपके कौन से एरियाज में आप मुझे सच में इंडिपेंडेंट देखना चाहते हो और कौन से एरियाज में आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो कि हम आपकी परमिशन ले. सो ये बात क्लियर होना जरूरी है. Once you have cleared it with your parents, उसके बाद आपको भी पता है कि यहाँ पे like your parents expect you to maybe take your own food, your parents maybe expect you to iron your clothes, they expect you to maybe put your things on place. So these are the things they're expecting you to really take your charge, like you should know when you have to submit your assignments and all those things. At the same time they also expect you कि आपको पता होना चाहिए कि कब आपको आपका फोन बंद करके सोना है, आपको कब उठना है. तो इन चीजों में they expect you to become independent, कि you should be independent. So if they are expecting that, you have to also tell them that look, I'm also like just turning into an adult, you need to help me. जैसे आप मुझे independent decisions नहीं लेने देते, आप सोचते हो कि decision लेने में मैं अभी बच्चा हूँ, तो इन चीजों में भी मैं अभी थोड़ा सा बच्चा हूँ, आप मुझे please help कीजिए. I want to become independent and take it in the right approach. अच्छा, जिन चीजों में they are preventing you from not being independent, वहां पे you have to ask for the right time. तो आप मुझे बता दो कि which is the right time, when exactly will I be allowed, और आपके हिसाब से what are the conditions that will make me take my decisions or I can be like completely independent. Just talk it out,
So another question we've got, or situation we've got, is our parents always compare us with our peers. They if someone else has got better marks or someone else has made better achievements, and to constantly do that, we feel like they're trying to demotivate us or something. even though their intentions might be different. What do we do then? Because it's honestly, it's quite demotivating when we might get a little less.
So you have to be honest. So you have to be honest, because I was about to say this. You have to be really honest to your feelings. And see, kids, one thing that I won't tell you, they are your parents, okay? They are not your enemies. They are not someone who is like a different part of you. You're staying with them. If you honestly feel some emotion is really very badly hitting you, like you feel demotivated, and because that's going to hamper your future, your studies, your career, everything. So you have to actually sit with them and explain it to them that what are they talking is really not helping, but it is going in the wrong direction. मतलब जो वो करना चाहते हैं उससे बिल्कुल गलत हो रहा है. You are actually feeling demotivated. Now, kids, here I trust you people. When I'm telling you these things, you should not just use it as an argument. You're not supposed to just use it as an argument to win against your parents also. If you're genuinely feeling that, you have to say it. Or बात करने का एक तरीका होता है. You cannot just tell your parents and just point fingers at them that, you know what, you tell me this and it is so demotivating, so you don't even try doing that. This is not the way you talk to your parents. You have to maintain that line of respect. You have to come up saying that mom, I understand your intentions are really great. You really want me to do well. But whenever you compare me with my fellow mate, what happens is I start thinking that I'm lacking so much. And this lacking feeling is actually making me feel discouraged and demotivated. So I really request you, if you want me to work hard, just come and tell me that, beta, please padhai kar lo. I want you to get good marks. That's all. Please don't keep putting people in the forefront. Just don't make other people look good in front of me. That really hurts me. And यहाँ पे आप वापस वही चीज जो मैंने previous answer में कही थी, आप उनको फिर थोड़ा सा मजाक करके बोल सकते हो कि what if mama I compare you with somebody else's mom? Are you not going to feel that okay, you are इतना करने के बावजूद भी I don't accept you as a good mother? So it is all about acceptance. And that is the fact. See, basically you have आपकी जो सही वाली feeling है ना, वो आपको parents के सामने रखनी है. The actual feeling is not about demotivating also. As kids, you know, you want to feel being accepted by your parents, whatever you are and however you are. तो ये चीज को अच्छे से clearly express करने में आपको दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए. So this is about, as I said, kids, you know, talk honest but assertive. You know what is assertive? Assertive means आपको सही चीज कहनी है लेकिन complete respect के साथ. यहाँ पे because आप सच बोल रहे हो, it is respecting your own feelings, और क्योंकि आप अच्छी तरह से बोल रहे हो, you are respecting the other person also. So ये दोनों चीज को ध्यान में रख के you have to have a communication and you have to tell your parents that look, mama, please, can you just tell me like this? मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ. You have full right to tell me that I need to study, but can you just please tell me without comparing? That will be really great. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. It's very important to respect our parents. But if there's a situation when the parents discriminate between the older sibling and the younger sibling, what should we do if they always take the side of one?
So now again, you know, parents have their preferences. So preferences as in they don't have preferences of who is a better child and who is not a better child. But sometimes what happens, because one person is a little obedient or comes out on the obedient side, at least superficially, they feel that, okay, ये मेरा बच्चा बड़ा सुलझा हुआ है, ये मेरा बच्चा बड़ा, you know, obedient है, इसको लाइफ में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होंगे, ये मेरा बच्चा बड़ा डिसिप्लिन है. तो you start feeling that, okay, are you the black sheep of the house? Oh my God, you are like, you know, you just don't, you are not liked by them, and you know they are kind of not in favor of you. But it's not like that. See, they have not forcefully given you birth. Okay, you've not just come here into their lives because they don't have a choice. ऐसा नहीं है. They love you equally, trust me. But it just comes out as a habit. और उनको लगता है कि ये करने से, again, यहाँ वापस we are coming here hitting on the comparison stuff only. कि यहाँ peers के साथ नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन आपकी comparison आप ही के घर पे आपके sibling के साथ हो रही है. So here again you have to say that, mom, have you raised me and them? Did you have the same symptoms, same challenges while raising this one and me? You had differences, right? Because we are different people. So, you know, every now and then you have to put this thing in your parents' head that even if you had 4 children, all 4 of you all are different, or all 2 of us are different. We are not the same. Even if we have the same DNA, even if we have the same genetic coding, we are like different because even two identical twins are not same. So they know it, you know, they just know it. आपको उसको याद दिलाना है, उनको पता है ये चीज. You have to just remind them कि 2 identical twins भी same नहीं होते, तो हम में तो 2, 3, 4 साल का फर्क है, हम कैसे same हो सकते हैं? So it is good that if my other, you know, brother or sister is great, I am very happy, I am very proud of my sibling. But let me grow my way. I am happy the way I am.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, we were talking about how we should talk it out with our parents and how we should sit down and like tell them what our problems are. But a lot of the times when we try to talk to them and we try to tell them what is happening, they start arguing with us. They start saying that this is not right, and they don't actually try to understand what we're saying. Even if we try to do it in a respectful way, they start arguing and they try to advise us when all we want is them to hear us out, and that can be really annoying.
Okay, तो ये समझ लो कि you know, till you were 11, 12, till you were that age, you all were like babies to them, है ना? और आप लोगों ने मतलब most of you all must have listened to what your parents must have said in either ways. या तो डांट फटकार के आप सुन रहे थे, या तो फिर वो आपको समझा रहे थे तो भी आप सुन रहे थे. So basically your parents are used to 10-12 सालों में कि उनको ये लगने लगा है कि मेरा बच्चा मेरी बात मानेगा, and my child should listen to me. Now all of a sudden 2-3 सालों में you are changing into a adult and your parents are still under the impression कि ये तो मेरा बच्चा है. तो उनके लिए to get out of this habit of 10-12 years is not easy, right? You have to give them some time. मतलब it's not easy for them to accept all of a sudden कि जो बच्चा कल तक without any question, without any चूचा, he would listen to everything. आज this person has 10 different questions. अच्छा, mostly they don't like it when you ask them something which is very logical and जिसका उनके पास कभी-कभी answer नहीं होता. तो वो questions सुन के your parents like literally lose it. They completely lose it because they feel कि अब तो मुझे इसके सामने हार माननी पड़ेगी कि oh my god, you are right and I'm wrong, you know. So this is where, as I said, you know, parents also come with a little bit of ego. यहाँ पे again you should not humiliate them. So see, I will talk on a behalf of a parent as well. So today if my kid comes and tries to wrong me, comes and tries to prove me wrong, I am going to take it to my ego because I feel कि ये कल का बच्चा आके मुझे सिखा रहा है कि सही क्या है गलत क्या है. You know, I am not going to accept it. My adulthood, my parenthood is not going to like it. I'm not going to accept it. But if my child tells me, Mom, you just, do you even know what you just, do you even know what you behave? How do you say things? Like, am I still that young small chap? I am growing, Mama. I mean, can you please focus a little there? You know, make them feel bad for what they have done. Tell them this in a tone that they understand. So unko, don't cut them out, don't argue, and don't tell them that okay, you are wrong, this is not the way you talk. So don't prove them wrong. Your motto should not be to prove them wrong. Actually problem ye ho rahi hai कि even you people are in that stage wherein you all are very aggressive. You know, you get very aggressive. You lack that patience. So you get so irritated when your parents come and give you all those bhashans and when they tell you not to do certain things. तो आप लोग भी अपना आपा खो देते हो and you just want to give it back कि नहीं आपको कोई समझ नहीं आता, आप ऐसे करते हो, आप you don't know anything. So you kind of want to insult them because you feel they are insulting you. But understand kids, अगर आपको कोई चीज insulting लग रही है तो ideally आपको तो वैसा behave definitely नहीं करना है, correct? Because as a तुम बच्चे हो तब भी तुम्हें something is hurting you, something is, you know, causing you problem. Then those are adults. They have, you know, they feel they have gained your respect and love all these years. Suddenly when you come and talk and give back answers, it is very difficult for the parent to accept it. They feel they are rejected by you. So don't give them that kind of a feeling, you know. So don't, उनके ego को pinch करने की जरूरत नहीं है. तुम्हारा problem क्या है कि they should let you talk, they should understand you. तो focus वो area पे करना चाहिए, ना कि इनकी ego तोड़ने में. वो आपका काम नहीं है. That's not your work. Okay?
Very true, ma'am. Discussion can really help out solve
Yes.
many problems. But sometimes children are not able to discuss their problems with their parents, and that they will put restrictions on them. So, what should a child do in such a situation?
Okay, so now this is a very, very valid question, Josh, because I know there are certain families which still follow the old traditional method of bringing up children, wherein children are not given that kind of permission to talk. And, if children talk, it is considered to be really very rude. So, यहाँ पे they can probably talk to someone they trust. जैसे कि family में अगर they have maternal aunt or they have their father's brother, chacha या मौसी या बुआ या इवन ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, जो भी ऐसा कोई होता है जो एक समझदार होता है पूरे फैमिली में, यू टेक हेल्प ऑफ देयर्स एंड टेल देम कि मेरे मम्मा पापा से मुझे बात करनी है लेकिन ये मेरी बात सुन नहीं रहे, तो एटलीस्ट दे विल मेक अ ओपनिंग फॉर यू वेयर यू कैन टॉक टू योर पेरेंट्स. यहाँ भी अगर नहीं होता है, इफ यू स्टिल फील कि दीज प्रॉब्लम्स आर रियली गेटिंग ओवर यू, आपको ये एक तरह से it is affecting you at a emotional level and mental level, you go and you'll have to you need to go and speak to one of your teachers whom you trust the most. So even if your parents might feel offended कि ये मेरे teacher से जाके कैसे complain कर दिया, but see, it is important. Sometimes you have to do it because you need to also bring solutions to your problems. So of course you can sort this between your parent. The misunderstanding can always be sorted later. Taking for help, you can actually tell your teacher or somebody that my mom doesn't listen to me, she's very adamant on particular thing, can you please talk to her, she's just not in a position to listen to me. So you can take help of an adult. So but you need to work on your solution. आप अगर ये चीज को give up करके बैठ गए कि छोड़ो यार, she's like that only, but it will keep affecting you internally, it will keep putting you emotionally down. So don't let that happen. Always take help of someone. And today's era, you have help everywhere, you have help, you just have to look out for it.
Right. So another question that is a little bit different from this one is when I try to do that is things that is not conventionally accepted, my parents don't accept it. Like someone said, when I try to put on makeup, so of course I'm assuming this is from a boy, which it's not conventionally accepted for boys to put makeup on. What happens? What do we do then?
So see, these are some problems which are pertaining to generation and pertaining again to your individual lifestyle. So there are some parents who want to have a very idealized parenting, and they feel certain things are just not allowed and it should not be allowed. So they are so much into discipline that they are very rigid about certain things. Now to bring this rigidity to flexibility, you will have to take one aspect and start hitting on it धीरे धीरे से. So maybe asking them कि मामा क्या हो जाएगा if I put makeup, can you please tell me. So basically आपके लिए ये जानना जरूरी है कि अगर वो मना कर रहे हैं कुछ चीजों के लिए, for some conventional things that they want to make you do it, उनके पीछे उनका मोटो क्या है. एक बार मोटो पता चल जाए तो आप वो मोटो को लेके you can put forward your thought process कि मामा what you are saying is right, dad what you are saying is right, but understand it from my point of view. मुझे लगता है कि इट इज ओके अगर ओकेजनली मेकअप लगा लिया या ओकेजनली कुछ कर लिया, तो आई थिंक इट शुड बी ओके, लेकिन आई विल नो माई लिमिट्स. सो आपके कंसर्न्स मैं समझ रहा हूँ या समझ रही हूँ, आई विल कीप माई सेल्फ अंडर कंट्रोल. सो बेसिकली दे वॉन्ट एन अश्योरेंस फ्रॉम यू, दे वॉन्ट टू मेक श्योर that you understand that what is their worry or what is their concern which is making them say no. Worst come worst, children, I'll have to tell you one thing. What happens in certain things, even if it is right or wrong, every family follows certain अपने खुद के rules and regulations. So I think sometimes you have to, for certain things, you have to accept it कि चलो ये चीज नहीं चलने वाली है, it is beyond my parents, so let me tolerate it for a few years, till I become really financially independent and all. तो जो चीज आपको directly hit नहीं कर रही है, don't get into that. Don't try changing your parents 360 degrees. ऐसी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. But you have to, आपकी concern की जो 2-4 चीजें हैं, work on those. Don't put all your efforts and don't make them feel कि यार you are completely wrong only. आप में तो कोई अकल है ही नहीं. No, you can't do that. So then you can live your life, you can choose to live your life your way. When you become completely independent, when you start earning and everything, यहाँ पे कुछ चीजें आपको अपने तरह से take it up. I mean, just follow it because it's a family thing, right? You know, जैसे for example, maybe I'll give you an example. So say कोई फैमिली में कोई एक एपिसोड हो गया है, कोई एक्सीडेंट हो गया है, जहाँ पे कोई पिकनिक पे गया था, कोई ट्रैक पे गया था, whatever. Can you just imagine that that family has already gone through a lot of pain regarding that? तो ये फैमिली के लिए वो चीज हमेशा ही बहुत ही खतरनाक होगी. So even if you say कि हमारे लिए तो मतलब I was not a party to that, मेरा क्या fault है उसमें? Agreed, it is not your fault, it is absolutely, but the emotional trauma that the family has gone through or your parents have gone through because some episode of whatever has happened, they are very scared. तो कुछ चीजें जो होती है, if your parents are saying कि बस मत करो, ये चीज के लिए प्लीज कभी क्वेश्चन मत करना, ये बस मेरे लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट है टू एक्सेप्ट, तो छोड़ दो. बिकॉज maybe there is something very emotionally, and emotions के ना कभी logic नहीं होते, you know it, right? Emotions don't have logic. So if you are trying to bring them to give you a logical explanation to that, they might not have it. तो ऐसी, but you have to give, you know, concession to those couple of things for them. कि ऐसे 2-3 चीजें हैं जो उनके लिए बहुत मैटर करती है. So just कुछ सालों तक just forget it. It's okay. You can just do it. I think that's fine.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, but if there's a situation like a person finishes his study before exam beforehand and is well prepared, but the parents tell them to wake up all night and keep on revising. So how to convince the parents that we are already prepared and ready for the exams?
Okay, यहाँ पे अगर पेरेंट्स भी जाग रहे हैं तो आपको जागना पड़ेगा क्योंकि they are going to supervise you. लेकिन अगर नहीं जाग रहे हैं तो you please go and sleep. I think it's fine. You don't have to really do that. So basically you have to tell your parents कि मेरा हो चुका है. If you do not trust me, doesn't matter. I am assuring you that I am going to be. I know it well. Of course, now when you're saying it, you better be sure that you are prepared. So, you know, many times maybe you all are overconfident, so parents are worried. And also tell your parents कि आपके, you know, when you say a lot of times, you know, when I study more, in fact, मेरा confidence lose हो रहा है, मुझे मेरी तरह से करने दो. So, as I said, you have to maybe make your parents trust you. So, you have to use that opportunity in making them trust you. कि अच्छा मेरे result देख लेना, अगर result में मेरी preparation से marks नहीं आते, तो next time जैसा आप बोल रहे हो मैं पूरी रात I will keep awake. But as I said, if you are claiming कि मेरा हो चुका है, then you better be sure कि आपका हो चुका है पढ़ाई. Because sometimes you just say it because you want to avoid your parents nagging at you. तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay? So अगर कोई चीज को claim कर रहे हो कि मेरा हो चुका है, I am assuring you, I really have prepared myself, then you better be prepared. And then probably you can tell your parent, let me show it to you.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. But this is from personal experience. And
Okay.
sometimes what happens is when I tell them I'm prepared and I know that I'm completely prepared, sometimes if while I'm giving the test or while I'm giving the exams, I might panic and I might blank out, even though I have studied everything and I know everything. And then I might mess up. So what do we do then? Because what happens is then they try to like say, I told you so, and then they keep imposing it on us to study all the time. So,
of course, see, you have to be prepared कि अगर आपकी कोई गलती नहीं है फिर भी for some reason you are not able to get the marks that you expected, you are definitely going to be put in this particular guilty mode that okay, in the particular disobedience, that okay, you did not listen to me and that is the reason you have got these marks. Again, as I said, you know, you can't explain it to them that what really went wrong in the examination hall. So you have to take the brunt. You have to actually take the brunt because you have not been able to fulfill the promise. Promise was कि आप marks ले आओगे. Marks नहीं आए for whatever reason, आपको वो थोड़ा बहुत सुनना पड़ेगा. But next time you have to make sure that you actually prove them wrong and you actually get marks. Now, because this is not about winning an argument against them. This is also for proving yourself right to your own self. क्योंकि आपके अंदर भी जो कॉन्फिडेंस टूट गया होगा आफ्टर दैट क्लेम, आफ्टर यू हैव फेस्ड अ बैड सिचुएशन इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल, you must have also felt very demotivated. So you yourself need to bring that up. Now, see, sometimes in some families, what happens, because parents are really over ambitious and they really want children to do so well, they don't give any such reasons, they don't give weightage to any such reasons. They feel ऐसा कुछ कभी होता ही नहीं है, ऐसे कैसे कोई blank हो जाता है, these like things like don't happen at all. Now it's very difficult to change the thought process of these parents. So basically you have to understand, okay, if she wants me to get marks but I can't, you have to set a limit for yourself, and you have to be very sure that at least you come up to the limit that you have set for yourself. Let's say if you know that you are a 80% student or a 75 or a say 85% student, if your parents are expecting you to get 95, let them just say it's okay, you stick to your expectations. See, basically what I'm trying to say is that don't feel demotivated even by the closest person in your life who says something, because sometimes that person is beyond conversation, sometimes that person is beyond understanding, but that should not affect your self-confidence. So all I'm trying to say is you need to understand your potential. आपको आपकी potential पता होनी चाहिए. कई बार पेरेंट्स को लगता है, हर पेरेंट को लगता है कि मेरे बच्चे में बहुत अच्छी पोटेंशियल है एंड दैट माय किड इज नॉट bringing marks or getting marks depending on that. But many a times as a child you don't want to bring marks and maybe show it to be academically okay. So you have to tell your parents, you have to one fine day maybe sit and tell them that I agree, I understand, lekin mera inclination is towards arts or my inclination is towards sports, so mujhe, even if I know I can do it, पर मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा है, I can't, मैं इससे ज्यादा शायद नहीं कर पाऊंगा. एक बार you have to maybe sit and explain it to them कि these are the problems or the hindrances that you are going through. उसके बाद if you're really going through a problem, you can consult a career counselor, you can go for counseling yourself when you know that there are certain emotional things you cannot discuss with your parents, and there are really some irreparable conflicts between you and your parents that need to be sorted. You take this and take professional help, that also helps at times, so that दोनों की ही expectations can come at a level.
Very true, ma'am. Ma'am, but there's a problem. Most of my friends are facing an issue to convince their parents to allow them to go abroad for foreign studies after 12th. Some of my friends are included in this list. So can you give a solution to them?
Okay, so I know one reason why they want to really go abroad. It's not always about the career, it's mostly about for the independence, okay? So let's accept that. They want to just run away from this because in spite of all the facilities that they have got, they feel कि यहाँ से भागो यार, यहाँ से निकलो, ये लोग तो बहुत ज़्यादा हम पे supervision कर रहे हैं. So you basically want to just get out of this place. Okay, now so basically you have to, why I'm telling you this is jokes apart. Kids, sit and understand whether you really want to go there for your further education, or is that independent thing that is making you take such a decision. If it is pertaining to the independence, if it is pertaining to that you're feeling very suffocated and frustrated because your parents are all over you all the time, ye mat karo, aisa mat karo, wo mat karo, तो ये चीज को आप प्लीज सॉर्ट करो. This is like, when you say you want to go abroad, you're actually choosing a flight response and not a fight response. I hope everybody here knows about the flight and fight response. पता है? Flight मतलब अगर कहीं कोई danger दिखता है तो आप मैदान छोड़ के भाग जाओ. You don't fight it out. Basically, you have to stick around there and actually fight out. That whenever you are basically facing the situation with your parents, you need to sit and tell them that mom, I have to stay here. हम दोनों को ही एक दूसरे के साथ रहना है ना. We have to spend time with each other. So let's come to an understanding. ऐसे झगड़ा करते रहेंगे तो नहीं चलेगा. We have to really come to terms with each other. Try to improve your relationship. Don't run away. Don't just get out of the sight and just get your freedom and think to hell with them, whatever they want to think, I don't really care. That should not be the attitude. See, whatever said and done, they have put in everything into you. They have invested their complete self into you. Emotionally, financially, every way. if you have to tolerate certain habits of theirs, that should not be such a big problem that you want to just kick them away from your life and just get out. Basically the art of conviction has to be learned, because ये चीज आपको सिर्फ यहाँ पे नहीं, you will use this in every stage of your life, in every relationship of your life. So if that is the thing, please, I would suggest that don't think of going abroad, rather stay here and try to solve your issues with your parents. हाँ, अगर सच में it is the career thing, तो parents भी मना नहीं करेंगे. Why will they say no? They also know that it is good for your career. So you can of course sit and tell them that क्यों आपको ये चीज करनी है, क्योंकि काफी चीजें देखिए, we all know कि graduation is best in India. It's always a PG level which we feel that going out of India is always preferable. तो आपको अंडर ग्रेजुएशन के लिए भी अगर इतना रश है, तो दैट मीन्स आइदर यू आर ऑल्सो कंपेयरिंग योरसेल्फ विद योर अदर पीपल कि अरे वहाँ ये बंदा तो चला गया, इसको तो मजे है, अभी अपनी तरह से लाइफ जी रहा है, नो रेस्ट्रिक्शन, नथिंग. सो बेसिकली यू आर रनिंग आउट टू द लाइफस्टाइल, you are not running for your career. So that's the wrong thing. Okay, so I need to point this out to you because I don't want you all to just get carried away with the common attitude that other friends of yours have. Because zaruri nahi hai ki what you see in the Facebook or Insta pictures pe is the actual reality. Everybody, kids, let me explain you one thing. कभी तुमने Facebook पे किसी के ये pictures देखे हैं? I'm feeling very lonely because I'm in abroad. Have you ever got this kind of a picture or a tag? क्यों कोई नहीं लिखता ये? क्योंकि nobody will ever say, nobody on Facebook or even Insta will never put in the actual wrong or the bad emotions that they are feeling. लेकिन कई बार ऐसा होता है कि अच्छे वाले emotions नहीं भी होते हैं, तो बढ़ा चढ़ा के उसको Instagram पे या Facebook पे reflect किया जाता है. Because the whole purpose of social media is to make other people feel jealous of you, to make other people feel, oh, you are leading such a cool life, man, and others are not leading that cool life. Okay, they have a very average life. तो ये वाली psychology होती है when you are putting up any picture. So basically try to read in between the lines. Never get carried away with the kind of portrayal your friends are doing or other people who have already been abroad are doing. They are really having a very tough life. You never know it. लेकिन वो कभी बोलेंगे नहीं, क्योंकि number one उनकी खुद की decision थी जाने की. So they will not say that, उनको फंसना नहीं है ये बोल के. Second is they don't want to show you कि उनकी decision गलत थी. So they are showing you कि I'm such a cool dude, yaar. I mean, I'm really living a very great life. You have to know your plus and minuses. Can you live without your comfort? Is it really better to save the money right now and spend in education in India and then put in the money there? So see, paisa, your parents never against spending money for you all. But where you are spending is very important. Now, ये ऐसे छोटे-छोटे मौके हैं where you can convince your parents that you can be trusted with money also. So use this opportunity in winning their trust and taking a right decision. I'm not saying don't go abroad. I'm not saying you don't have to go abroad, but please figure out whether you really have to go, whether it is really essential. Just don't copy other people. Don't come under the peer pressure. It's not important.
So I think we're running out of time, so this will be the last question.
Yeah.
So I have heard about this a lot of times, and a lot of my friends have gone through this. And it's basically that our parents sometimes push us to do something, to things that we're not interested in or not good at. Like, say, for example, I want to go take up a field in arts, but my parents will try to push me to go to science or engineering or something of that sort. And if I know that I don't want to do it and I'm not interested in it, but they're still trying to push me, what do we do then? Because if we're completely not interested in what they're trying to make us do.
Okay, so I can actually answer this question pretty well because in my own family, we have gone through this situation. So my husband is a medico, he's a doctor, and my daughter wanted to, we were all set to put her into science. And after her 10th standard results, she had a really bad experience in physics and maths. So math could have been dropped when it had to, if we were focusing on medicine, but physics was not an option to be dropped, right? So basically, she decided, after all the stress that she went through in 10th standard, she decided she wants to go for arts. And here comes the catch. So here was like a big tiff in the family, wherein she had to literally face her father, who was all pro science. Because see, people who are into science, they feel that the only thing, like अगर आपने arts या commerce लिया है, you are below intellectual level. तो science ही लेना अच्छा होता है. या अगर आपके parents कोई particular field से belong करते हैं, तो उनको यही लगता है कि मेरा profession best है, you have to come in my profession only. So basically, see, as a parent, understand this. They are worried about your future. Why they are forcing you to do this is because unko sure hai, they have, that is a tried and tested line. तो उनको लगता है कि this line has future. आपका यहाँ कहीं ना कहीं future बन जाएगा. तो उनके लिए आपको सेटल करना बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, बहुत बड़ी चीज है. सो दे आर कंसर्न कि देखो, हमने हमारे बच्चों को एक पर्टिकुलर lifestyle दी है. We have given them this comfortable lifestyle. What if tomorrow they are not able to make the same lifestyle for themselves? How will they sustain? So this particularly, this kind of a feeling, this kind of insecurity of the parents, they make them force you to do, take certain things. यहाँ पे you have to again sit and understand your interests. So as I said कि कुछ चीजें हम सिर्फ mentally बात नहीं कर सकते. Tell your parents, why don't we go and get my career counseling done? Career counseling में you are going to, the parents के पास कच्चा चिट्ठा आ जाएगा कि मेरे बच्चे की पर्सनैलिटी और मेरे बच्चे की पोटेंशियल दोनों ही साइंस के लिए नहीं है. इट इज फॉर आर्ट्स और इट इज फॉर कॉमर्स. तो तब उनको समझ में आ जाएगा कि मैं इसको यहाँ पुश करके कोई मतलब नहीं है. my kid is not going to fare well even if I push my child. देखो 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक तो रोट लर्निंग करके 90% ज्यादातर बच्चे ले आते हैं. तो इट इज नॉट अ बिग डील. I mean, even you all will get 90 plus easily. But 90 plus does not mean that you have the potential to take science only. So you have to basically, to certain times ना conflict को मिटाने के लिए. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं हमेशा कंप्लेन करती हूँ, मेरा ना कुछ दिनों से बहुत ही वीकनेस लग रही है. तो माय फैमिली विल से ना, लाइक लेजीनेस, बहाने बना रही है, काम नहीं करना इसलिए. दे कैन से दैट, ओके, क्योंकि आई एम मेकिंग रीजंस एंड एक्सक्यूजेस. बट इफ आई गेट माय ब्लड टेस्ट डन and if really they come to know कि अरे इसकी तो hemoglobin drop की हुई है, इसकी she has deficiencies, all of a sudden the approach changes. Oh my god, तू आराम कर ले, तू दवाई ले ले. See, the thing is, क्योंकि मैंने एक रिपोर्ट में पेश कर दिया कि I was not lying, I was not saying that I am really not feeling great, but you didn't believe me, so now you take this. तो करियर काउंसलिंग से क्या होगा, आपके जो एक्चुअल इंटरेस्ट है, आपकी जो एक्चुअल पोटेंशियल है, वो पेरेंट्स को ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट पेपर में रिपोर्ट में बकायदा आ जाएगी. सो दे कैन नॉट आर्ग्यू एंड यू हैव आल्सो द बेसिस ऑन व्हिच यू कैन टेल एंड कन्विंस योर पेरेंट्स कि अब तो आपको पता चल गया कि मेरी अकल है, लेकिन मेरी अकल इसमें नहीं, इसमें ज्यादा चलती है. तो आई नीड टू टेक दिस लाइन. Josh, your mic is muted.
Maybe we should end the session over here, as we are running short of time. Yeah, so.
Sure. I hope most of you all have got your answers to your questions. If we are not able to answer other questions, we definitely will have, I think, something coming up similar pretty soon. So the Mind Saga team will definitely do something regarding that. So I need to applaud the team for such an amazing initiative, and please keep doing up this great job. And to all the audiences also, thank you for patiently being with us for this 1 hour. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank everyone for attending today's seminar on the behalf of me, Josh, Bhavya, and Karan. I would also like to thank Ms. Pandya for her time today with us. It was a really wonderful time and I learned a lot, and I hope you guys did as well. We hope to see you at the next seminar.
Thank you everyone for attending. Also, if it's not too much of a problem, can everyone just turn their camera on for 1 second? We just want to take a picture for our social media. Thank you everyone for coming there. There'll be
Thank you.
One last thing before ending the session, please do like and subscribe to our Facebook pages. Anyone who wants to see the session after this, we will be uploading it to our YouTube. So please check it out. Thank you, everyone.